What's up guys, DuArktik here with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're going to take a look at the Nova Trials on difficulty 9, and this is going to allow you to unlock all the milestones where you can get some free gear tier 18, which at least for now it's somewhat useful. So we're going to use 50 packs once again on difficulty 9 and clear all the milestones. So this is going to give you 1.9 million points, which it's up to you to decide if it's going to be worth it or not. I like to get all the free stuff I can, and because I already did these trials in the past, we're going to try to repeat it once again. Now we're going to use the newest characters we have available and try to make it as easy as possible, and we have some new things going on here. So let's get started. We're going to take a look at these on 2x speed because otherwise it's going to take too long. And as always, if you like the information on these videos, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure to smash that like button like a boss. Okay, so here we go. Let's take a look at these teams in action. Something I'm going to tell you right away is to pay attention to the ISO weights. Very, very important. Make sure you're using the same ISO weights as I do, and also the position of the characters. In terms of the scourges that you need, or the packs, you need just a few of them: Supernova, Power Cosmic, and the other one. I would definitely recommend to remove Snake Eyes, because Snake Eyes increases the damage of the Gambits, and yes, the Gambits are still a problem. Once again, I'm going to repeat, make sure you pay attention to the ISO weights that I'm using, because that's going to be one of the easiest ways to beat these nodes. Okay, so for the first node, we are going to use the Horseman characters with Red Hulk. I think it's important to make sure that you charge up the Red Hulk ultimate. If you feel like you want to charge other abilities of other characters, go ahead, but in my opinion, for me, this is the easiest way also to deal with this node. And on difficulty 9, let's be honest, the enemies, they have a lot of extra health. Now, I'm also going to use Quicksilver to make sure that Quicksilver has his ultimate available. I think I didn't even use it after, but it's something that I thought it could be interesting. Okay, so here you go. Ultimate with Morgan Le Fay. Then we're gonna crush with Apocalypse. It doesn't really matter if we save the cooldowns or not with our characters, like with Archangel, Morgan Le Fay, and Apocalypse. You only have to save the cooldowns for Quicksilver and for Red Hulk. Red Hulk, you're going to use him on the global bio nodes, and the Quicksilver, you're going to use him on the second node, on the node number 6, and also on the last node. In my opinion, you should only use the Quicksilver on the last node, and use full Masters of Evil on the second node, and also on node number 6, the one with 2 Gambits. Okay, so there you go. We got some energy for our characters. We destroyed number 1, and now we are ready to do node number 2. So I'm going to remove Quicksilver, and once again, pay attention to the ISO weights. I'm using Healer ISO weight on Titania and also on Moonstone. Very important, make sure your team is at full health, because otherwise your Ultron is not going to be able to revive, and you also need your Absorbing Man to have less health than your other characters. So depending on that, you might have to change your ISO weight of Absorbing Man for something with green ISO weight. Okay, here we go. You have to make sure that you apply Disrupt to the Echo on the right, and you finish off the characters on the left. Remember that the special of Ultron here, Turning Winds, so it's going to be very important. You have all your Cosmic Crucible abilities active. You have to make sure that you destroy the Echo that is not stunned, and then the other one you can destroy whenever you want. With the Quakes you should also delete them before the crystals show up, because otherwise they are going to heal up for quite a lot. Removes the positive effects from Kestrel, and then just destroy the enemy Black Bolt as fast as possible, because he creates a lot of problems for Ultron, and you don't want any of that. Okay, first Kestrel is gone. Now we're going to go after Ultron. We are going to go after Black Bolt, sorry. And I applied stun to him just to play safe. He's a little bit dangerous. And with Kang, you want to make sure that you apply slow to as many characters as possible. Here we have another Kestrel, So once again, you want to remove those buffs from Nick Fury and from Kestrel. You want to make sure that you stop the crystals from doing damage to you. And you turn rewind one of the crystals, I prefer the one on the left, and you ability block or stun or kill the one on the right, and you should be good to go. Okay, so here we go, we have another ultimate and special of Kang. I'm going to use the special to apply the slow, also use the isolate attack to finish off the Kestrel. And you have to remember that if you have your full team of Masters of Evil, Kang on his turn always applies vulnerability to everyone, so you really don't have to worry about the vulnerabilities on the enemy team, and this is why you can use the healer isolate on these nodes. Okay, so there you go, we have the full team with the full healing, so all their abilities will be fine, the revives with Ultron, it will be fine, so that's the way to go. Okay, node number 3, this is the first city hero node, and this is the node where you should do a burn attack or a sack attack. We are going to use our web warriors, and you want to use your web warriors until you get some dodges on your characters. So after, when you go with your main team, the enemies will have no cooldowns available. Now, someone in the past told me how to one-shot this, but I don't remember. So if you guys know how to one-shot this node, let me know in the comments below. But on difficulty 9, don't tell me on difficulty 8. On difficulty 8 it doesn't matter. So here you go. In my opinion, this is the easiest way to deal with this node. You just bring the full web warriors and you reset the node until you get at least a few dodges with your characters, at least 2 dodges. So after, when you go with your main team, you don't have to deal with all these attacks. Okay, so Spider-Man dodged, Scarlet Spider got destroyed, Spider-Punk got destroyed as well, the Ghost Spider also got destroyed, so very unlucky. But then they really hard focus on Miles for some reason, and with that we were able to consume some of the cooldowns of the enemy. So here we go, we have that done. So maybe you want to get a few more dodges than I got. I was quite unlucky with this. But now we are going to use our main team, and you want to bring Gwenpool together with your new warriors in order for you to get a bunch of evades on your character. So even if you're not able to burn all the cooldowns, you still have a nice amount of evades to avoid the attacks of the enemies. Now I'm going to apply ability block to Loki, and this is just to make sure that we don't mind control the characters and they don't die. And then with Gwenpool, we are going to use her special and apply vulnerability to the enemy characters. Now, you don't need a lot of vulnerabilities because Cloak and Dagger, they apply vulnerabilities to the enemies with their ultimates, and this is why you can have both of them as strikers. And then you just want to manage your cooldowns and making sure that all your strikers get killing blows. So after you start the next city node at full energy. So here we go, pretty easy if you sack the node with your web warriors and then go with your new warriors plus Robbie Rays. Okay, moving on for the next node. The next node is going to be the Cosmic node, and this one should be, oh no, this is the Bio node. Okay, so Bio Global. The team I used was the Rebirth with Gamma, and we're going to use OG Hulk with Captain America, Carter, Brawn and Red Hulk. The combination of these characters will allow your Red Hulk to spawn with immunity, and that means that even if Titania attacks him, you are going to be fine. Because you already charged up the energy for him, he's going to have his ultimate ready soon, so you're going to be able to apply the trauma, you'll block and the damage to the enemies. But one thing that you can do here is just to use a sack attack like we did with the city node. So if you bring a team to burn the cooldowns of a few of the characters that we are facing, that will make this node a lot easy. But either way, you can also one-shot it, so it's up to you to decide. Now, the trick here is to make sure that you use the taunt of Hulk as often as possible. It's extremely important that you use the taunt of Hulk, the striker isolate of Hulk, to get the Titanians to attack the Hulk. So after Hulk got more speed bar, then he heals up, then you attack again, and you have this cycle, and this means that your Hulk is going to have a ton of turns, and with the Striker Eyes Await on your Hulk, you're going to be able to destroy your enemies fairly easy. Okay, so here we go. We keep destroying using this combo of the special with also the attacks as well. So here we go, we keep doing it over and over again. This node is the one that takes like the longest to beat, because we really have to abuse of this mechanic of Hulk and the special in order to destroy the enemies and in order to get as much damage done as possible. Okay, so we are almost done with the second wave of enemies. You really want to delete Deadpool as fast as possible, Emma Frost as fast as possible, and then the Titanians. Those are going to be your priority targets. Okay, now we have the last wave of enemies, and on this last wave, your main focus should be on Longshot. It's not a big deal at this point in time, they don't do a lot of damage. So yeah, but you should still prioritize Longshot and Shatterstar, so they don't have like insane amount of turns and barrier, and that's pretty much it. I think they also heal on turn if they have like multiple turns. Okay, there we go. So once again, we are going to use that mechanic of Hulk and really abuse of his special. If you really know how to play with the Hulk and take advantage of this special mechanic, it is very good. Okay, so we're almost done here. None of the characters died. The only character with the eyes await is Captain Carter, and the characters with Skirmisher or Raider, the characters applying vulnerabilities, is Red Hulk and Captain America. Okay, so here we go with Hulk. Hulk is doing all the work, man. I'm really considering putting some extra gear on Hulk, because he really comes through still. He really still, like, I think he's going to go still. He's still going to go places in the future. Okay, so here we go. Another kill with Hulk. He's getting all the killing blows. It's insane. And now we have Absorbing Man and we have Moonstone. With Absorbing Man, you can pretty much ignore him. Just make sure that he does not have a taunt. For this, you want to use your Skirmisher characters to remove the taunt. Like I said, I have Red Hulk and Captain America as Skirmisher. But if you have Red Hulk as a Raider, that's still going to work fine with Captain America as a Skirmisher. Okay, Moonstone is gone. We have all cooldowns ready. Once again, we are using that Striker Eyes Await mechanic with the Hulk to really abuse of his damage potential. And now Absorbing Man on his own, we're just going to put on auto and finish him off. Okay, so we are done with the first Bio Global node. Now we're going to take a look at the first Cosmic node. And these Cosmic nodes are very easy. So it's up to you to decide what you want to bring. If you need your cooldowns on Kang, bring Kang. If you don't need the cooldowns, use whatever you want. You can use Super Scroll, you can use Eternals, you can use Thanos, you can use Photon, you can use Dormammu, you can use Val. I mean, you have so many options for these nodes, it doesn't really matter. Now, in my opinion, this is the fastest and easiest way of beating these, which is using Thanos for energy, and then just spam ultimates with your Icarus. Icarus, like this, can spam back-to-back ultimates. It's up to you to decide if it's going to be worth it or not. Especially if you have your Icarus as a striker, he's still going to get more energy as well. So here we go. Okay, I started with the ultimate of Kang, and I don't recommend this. Don't do the ultimate, do the special first, just to make sure that you get some evades on your Kang, because otherwise he might die. Then we are going to make sure that you apply some vulnerabilities to the enemies, and here you can use the special of Kang again, because you should have enough energy to use the special ability once again. Icarus does his ultimate, and now just make sure that you delete the Red Hulk, and then you are pretty much good to go. Just manage your basic cooldowns, manage your strikers to make sure that they have full energy. And now we are going to go after the what's the name of that guy? Ah man, I can't remember. Oh, Spider-Man Noir, yeah. Make sure you delete that Spider-Man Noir early on, so he doesn't attack you multiple times with his ultimate, because he gets a bunch of speed bar whenever you get positive effects, and a lot of cosmic characters have a lot of positive effects. Okay, so here we are on node number 6. This is the one that everyone dreads, which is the gambit nodes. So you want to apply disrupt to one of the gambits, and you want to stun the other one. You want to make sure that you switch the isolates around to make sure that the absorbing man has the lowest health on your team. So the gambits are going to attack absorbing man, then you are going to use his ultimate, you are going to get a bunch of health back, and then you are going to stun the gambits and finish off whichever gambit is alive. Okay, so because you apply slow to the enemies with the Hero Asgardians, now we're going to make sure that we do damage across the board. So whenever you use the ultimate of Kang, he deletes everyone at the same time. Okay, so we did damage to the first gambit, we did damage to the second gambit, we damage to Silver Surfer, and then Kang just swipes the house with the BFG, big fucking gun, and he does a Kang bang across the board. Okay, so after that you want to make sure that you turn rewind the other girls, what's her name, the Mighty Thors, the Lady Thors, whatever you want to call them. Then you want to make sure that you ability block the Phoenix. You want to make sure that you turn rewind Emma Frost, and that you stun Beast. Stunning Beast is gonna stop the enemies from clearing negative effects away. And the same goes for ability block and finishing off the Emma Frost and also the Phoenix. Okay, now we are ready to delete that beast, and now you're gonna hard focus on Rogue. Now I'm spamming the ultimate of Kang, which is fine because I'm going to be able to use him on the cosmic nodes again, so it's fine if you don't have the full cooldowns on him, but you should be careful. Now here, it was a little bit unfortunate of me. I should not have allowed the Rogue to get her taunt, and because of that I had some problems with my Ultron. As you guys can see, my Ultron has very low HP. If you play it a little bit more careful, you are not going to have this issue, but I just didn't want to waste too much time here. To make this video it took like 1 hour and a half, and that's it. I didn't want to make more out of it. Okay, so there we go. We got the node number 6 done. Pretty easy if you ask me. And now we're gonna go for the city node, for the second city node. So the team I used was New Warriors with Shang-Chi and with Robbie Reyes. And you want to make sure that you save the Robbie Reyes special to use on the Morgan Le Fay. From what we have done in the past, you have to be careful with the amount of damage you do to the enemies. If you do too much damage, all the waves will spawn at the same time, the second wave and the third wave, and that makes it very hard to deal with the enemies, so be careful. And then you just want to make sure that you delete the Captain Carter so she doesn't clear the negative effects away, and you also want to make sure that you delete the Captain America. The Ant-Mans are also priority. You don't want them to apply slow to you, and as soon as what's her name, as soon as Agatha shows up, you want to make sure you delete her. Negative effects, trauma, throw everything at Agatha because she's the one that causes the most problems when she's around. Then you want to make sure that you use the ability block on Morgan Le Fay so she's not able to use her abilities, and also make sure that you use the abilities of Cloak, his basic and his special, to turn rewind that Morgan Le Fay in case you need some more time for Robbie Reyes to have his turn. Okay, so there we go. Once again, make sure you focus on Captain America and Captain Carter. Make sure you focus on Agatha, and make sure you ability block that Morgan Le Fay with your Robbie Reyes. Okay, so we are ready for the second global bio node, and this time I'm going to use most of Gamma and Tigra. Tigra is going to provide a ton of damage early on, which is going to be extremely important to clear these first early waves, and this is also going to allow your Red Hulk to use his ultimate twice. Tigra does not have the highest survivability in terms of status, but she has the highest survivability when it comes to mechanics, right? She spawns with a bunch of evades, and those evades will make sure that she stays alive for her to use her special and for her to use her ultimate. And you want to make sure that you always use her ultimate after you do the ultimate of Red Hulk, so all the enemies have trauma, and then you apply tons of bleeds and slow to them. You need to make sure that you focus your isolate attacks on the 2 bronze, and if you do that, it's going to be extremely easy to deal with this node. I was actually very surprised how much Tigre helped me to beat this node. Usually this was a node that would take like 10 tries, if not more, maybe 15 tries even. It would take a very long time to beat this node, and with Tigre it was super easy. Very impressive with how easy it was. Okay, so make sure you delete the She-Hulk, make sure you delete the bronze, make sure you delete the abominations, and you also want to make sure that the enemy OG Hulk is not sitting around whenever the Red Hulk spawns, because otherwise it's going to have immunity and safeguard, and of course you don't want that. So once again, delete the She-Hulk, delete the OG Hulk, delete the bronze and the abominations, because abomination is going to spam stun on you, and you don't want that. You want to make sure that you use your abomination to apply stun to the enemy Red Hulk, and then use the second ultimate of your Red Hulk against enemy Red Hulk. And now we are going to once again use and abuse of the special of Hulk to give a ton of damage to the enemies. I like to use my abomination as a striker because he does a ton of piercing damage, and that's very good against this enemy Red Hulk that we have on this node. Okay, here we go once again with the Hulk. This time, because of abomination, we also have Drain, and that makes the Hulk special ability even better. Okay, here we go. Adam Warlock is the last character, and it's done. So Tigre was very helpful clearing up these quite. I find this node, this bio node, more difficult than the Gambit nodes. Okay, so here we go for the last cosmic node. Once again, you want to make sure that you have full energy on your Kang. So after on node number 10, you're going to be able to use all of these abilities. And once again, you're going to use Thanos, Super Scroll, and Eternals. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. This node, I think it's easier than the other one. Yeah, this node is a lot easier. Once again, you want to make sure that you delete those X Factor characters as fast as possible. We have Super Scroll with the special, we have the ultimate. You should always do the special first of Super Scroll, so he gets offense up, and then when you use the ultimate, well, it does a ton more piercing damage because of that offense up. You also want to make sure that you delete the Archangels, because the Archangel is going to turn behind you, and you don't want that. He also has a chance of one-shotting one of your characters. You don't want that. Just to make sure that you have full energy on your Kang, and if you have, then just save that energy for the last node. Okay, here we have Icarus. He's going to finish off that those last characters, and maybe even we'll have a chance of a Super Skull using his ultimate. Okay, there we go. Super Skull deletes everyone, and now you just have to finish off this Adam Warlock. Stun him so he doesn't deals damage to your Kang, and there you are. Okay, so we are finally ready to do the last node, and this is where you are going to use your Quicksilver. And this is why I said at the beginning of the video that maybe it does not make sense to use Quicksilver on the first node, because with these first abilities you are not going to use any of them. So you're just going to spam basics, I think, and only at the end you are going to use his special and his ultimate. So once again, pay attention to the isolates. Always pay attention to the isolates I'm using. Quicksilver, I think I'm going to use him as a striker, and this is because if he gets any kills, we are going to get additional damage. Apply slow to all the Psylocks in the middle, and now you want to manage your cooldowns. and how fast you kill your enemies. Turning wind with your moon stone, and then just chip away the enemies slowly. And I'm doing this extra slowly because my Ultron is at very low health, so I had to take this very slowly so I could recover health on my Ultron. This is a big deal because Gambit is going to, it's very likely that Gambit is going to attack your Ultron, and because of that you want to make sure that Ultron has as much health as possible. I even switched my Ultron to Fortified Eyes Await, which not only increases his health because he has barrier, but on top of that he also has the minor defense up that counts for additional buffs, and when you use the ultimate of Ultron is also going to get more energy, so it has double effect for Ultron. Okay, so if you can, try to delete that Gambit as fast as possible. Ultron deleted the Agatha, which is a priority target. The other priority targets, of course, is Gambit. You want to stun or kill Gambit as fast as possible. And then you want to make sure that you stop the Rogue from having taunt, and also stop Dazzler from flipping the positive effects, the negative effects into positive effects. Okay, after that you want to make sure that you apply stun with trauma with your Moonstone to Morgan Le Fay. This is extremely important. You want to make sure that Morgan Le Fay also has trauma, so whenever you try to finish her off, she cannot go under stealth because of the Agatha passive. This is why we had to delete the first Agatha, and this is why you have to apply stun with trauma with disrupt to Morgan Le Fay, because otherwise she's going to shred your team. Okay, after that you're going to delete those She-Hulks. Basic with Quicksilver, once again because he has Tracker Eyes Await, he's going to get a bunch of energy on kill. And here we are going to apply ability block to Agatha. We don't want Agatha to apply stun or disrupt or kill any of our characters, but especially the minions. The minions here are very important because they are going to turn in wind the Apocalypse. So here we go with Kang. We are going to do the Kang Bang. He has offense up. The enemies have vulnerability, so we are going to delete as many as possible. And this is why it's so important to have your minions and even have your Ultron alive to make sure that you can turn in wind your enemies. Okay, so with your Kang, you should also use the basic on Red Hulk, so you can delete him as fast as possible. Then you want to turn in wind Apocalypse with Quicksilver Special. Once again, this is why it's important to use Quicksilver on this node, and also to make sure that he has Striker Eyes Await, so he gets additional energy. And then it's pretty much it. You want to turn in wind Apocalypse to Oblivion, making sure that he doesn't have any turn, and that's it. You finish him off and you're good to go. Okay guys, so that's going to be the Nova Trials on difficulty 9, how you can get 1.9 million points with different strategies, with some of the new characters that were released since the last time we had the Nova Trials, and this is going to be an update for this. So if you want to get all those awaken abilities for the Nova, if you want to get additional gear tier 18 for your bio characters, I think this is the best way to go about it. You just have to switch a few Eyes Await around to Healer or to Fortifier or something like that, and you'll be good to go. So you can see that I collected all the milestones. I got rank 32, pretty nice. You can see all the gear tier 18, gear tier 17, gear tier 16, awaken abilities, origin gear. Very good stuff. Like if you do this investment and then you repeat it several times, and it pays off eventually. Okay, here I'm going to open the orbs and see what kind of rewards I'm gonna get. Unfortunately, I got very unlucky. So you can see I thought I was on a good seed. Unfortunately, I was not. I opened all the orbs. I got a bunch of orange drops, but it was all Eyes Await. Oh, it's so... These orbs are really not worth anything, and that's why I'm not surprised that Scopely didn't remove them. Okay, so thankfully I got the passive awaken ability for Nova, which is the best awakened ability he has. And that's pretty much it. I'm done with Nova. I'm done with the Nova trial. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure to share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I'll catch you guys later.